What happens when the person you live for suddenly walks away? When the monster you love becomes the absence that destroys you? This is New Moon where love doesn't just hurt, it shatters you completely. If Twilight was the fairy tale, New Moon is the nightmare that comes after. This isn't just about falling for a vampire anymore. It's about the crushing weight of depression, the desperate search for meaning, and the dangerous things we do just to feel something. Anything. Again. It all starts with a nightmare. Bella dreams she's an old woman standing next to Edward, who remains forever 17. She wakes up on her 18th birthday, hating that she's getting older while he never will. The Cullens throw her a party, and for a moment, everything seems perfect. But a simple paper cut changes everything. One drop of blood. Jasper, the newest vegetarian vampire, loses control and lunges for her. In a flash, Edward throws her back, but she crashes into glass. More blood. More danger. The illusion that she could ever be safe in his world is shattered. A few days later, Edward leads her into the forest. His voice is cold, empty. "I don't want you," he says. "You're not good for me." And then, he's gone. He just vanishes into the trees. What follows is devastating. Months fly via October, November, December. January are represented only by blank pages. Bella becomes a ghost in her own life, hollowed out and completely empty, until she discovers a loophole. Whenever she puts herself in danger, she hears Edward's voice in her head, warning her to be careful. It's not real, but it's the only piece of him she has left. So, adrenaline becomes her new drug. She finds 2 broken down motorcycles and asks her old friend, Jacob Black, to help her fix them. If Edward was the cold, distant moon, Jacob is the sun-warm, constant, and healing. His easy laughter starts to fill the massive hole in her chest. For the first time in months, she starts to feel human again. But just as she starts to heal, her world breaks again. Jacob starts changing. He grows impossibly tall. His temper becomes volatile. And then, just like Edward, he cuts her off completely. The truth is unbelievable. Jacob is a werewolf, part of a secret pack that protects their reservation from vampires. And there's a vampire they need to protect it from. Victoria, who is hunting Bella to get revenge for her dead mate. James, desperate to hear Edward's voice one last time. Bella does the most reckless thing yet. She jumps off a cliff into the churning ocean below. She's not trying to end her life. She's just chasing the ghosts of his voice. Jacob pulls her from the waves, saving her life. But Alice Cullen, who sees visions of the future, saw Bella jump. Her visions are blind to werewolves, so she didn't see Jacob save her. All she saw was Bella disappearing beneath the water. She thinks Bella is dead, and that news travels all the way to Edward. Believing Bella is gone, Edward decides he can't exist in a world without her. He goes to Volterra, Italy, home of the vampire royalty. His plan is to step into the sunlight during a festival, revealing himself to humans. It's a death sentence. Breaking this fundamental vampire law would force the Volturi to execute him. Alice arrives in Folks to find Bella alive, and they realize what's happening. A frantic race across the world begins. They have only hours to stop Edward before noon. Bella sprints through a massive crowd of people wearing red robes for the festival. The clock tower chiming noon, she sees him, his skin just starting to shimmer in the sun. She throws herself at him, tackling him back into the shadows just in time. But they're not safe. The Volturi don't tolerate public disturbances. Deep beneath the city, in ancient marble halls, the Kings Aro, Marcus, and Caius deliver their judgment. Aro is fascinated by Bella, discovering she's a shield, immune to his mind-reading powers. But the law is absolute. Any human who knows their secret must either die or be turned into a vampire. Alice saves them by showing Aro a vision of the future one, where Bella has become one of them. On that promise, they are allowed to leave, but with a warning. The Volturi will be back to check. Back in Forks, Edward confesses everything. He never stopped loving her. He lied in the forest, thinking that leaving her was the only way to keep her safe. Now, Bella is done waiting. She demands the Cullens vote on whether she should become a vampire. Carlisle, Ezim, Alice, Jasper, and Emmett all vote yes. Only Rosalie and Edward vote no. The Midori wins. Carlyle agrees to change her himself after she graduates. But just then, Jacob appears. He reminds Edward of the ancient treaty between the werewolves and the Cullens. If any Cullen bites a human, the truce is over, and it means war. Bella is now trapped between two worlds, two destinies, and two loves. The warm, human life, represented by Jacob, and the cold, sparkling eternity with Edward. Victoria is still out there, hunting her. The Volturi are watching from afar, and Jacob's heart is breaking. The new moon has passed, but a new shadow is forming on the horizon. The eclipse is Kumiya, time when the sun and moon collide, when Bella must finally decide what and who she's willing to sacrifice for love. The storm is gathering, and in the world of Twilight, storms always bring danger. Thanks for watching. If you love breaking down these iconic stories, make sure to like and subscribe for more.